Heavy is the head that has to manage all of this.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel.
We're now incentivized to buy what we already buy.
Fumbling through college had me building.
I also got some done on the other side.
And that was right around, I would say, May, maybe, right before renewing the lease for this property.
Welcome to the channel, Martha.
Thank you for having me here.
Oh, I was going to say, I am getting up there and names, I'll tell you what.
Bills paid by other people, life was never this good. I had to step back, knowing that it's...
Hey everyone, today I have something new for you today. Today I'm going to be reacting to what Kevin O'Leary, the Shark Tank guy, had to say about surviving in America today in retirement. So Yahoo Finance states, Kevin O'Leary says, you can survive on $500,000 and do nothing else to make money. All right. So automatically, I felt like this raised a lot of questions and concerns for me. But as I started to think about it a little bit, I said, okay, let me dissect what exactly he means. Because the first thing that came to my mind is that the average housing price in America today is around $400,000 as of 2024. So are we talking about net worth or are we talking about cash on hand? Because if we're talking about cash on hand, that's going to be different from net worth, right? Because if your net worth is $500,000 and your house is $400,000, you're most likely going to have to liquidate that house and get a mortgage payment again while in your retirement years, right? And we don't want that. So let me go ahead and read a little bit of what Yahoo Finance had to say and see if we come to an understanding. So I wanted you to get my raw reaction to this, and that's why I did not read this ahead of time, so that you can see how I'm thinking and how I assess this situation in real time. So Yahoo Finance goes on to say, Americans are all about the 1.5 million nest egg for retirement. Living easy with golf trips and fancy cars. But Shark Tank tough guy Kevin O'Leary says to hold on, you can retire with just $500,000. A big difference from the $5 million he suggested last August. All right, so I'm already getting a sense that Kevin O'Leary likes to change his mind often. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that, because changing your mind is a part of your evolution and evolving as a person. But let's see why the rapid change from 5 million to simply 500,000 from August to now we're in July, right? So that was probably August 2023 to July of 2024. Let's see what transpired then. It says, according to Mr. Wonderful, which is just another name for Kevin O'Leary, the key is investing smartly and maybe scaling back your spending after you clock out for good. All right, so the first thing that I want to address is that when you're making millions of dollars a year and you're worth millions, it's hard for you to start to assess the situation of an average American, right? And so I do like the fact that he put maybe start scaling back. But what does that look like compared to your life or the lives of those that you're around? Do you know what scaling back would entail? Is it a life of poverty while in retirement, or is a life that is still acceptable to the average American today? And what is acceptable? Is being in retirement acceptable when you're living a luxurious life and you have 2 or 3 cars? Or is it okay to maybe take public transportation, right? These are the questions that we need answered. Now I'm going to skip a little bit, and it says, you can live off $500,000 in the bank and do nothing else to make money, O'Leary said. Do not invest in your brother's bar or a bowling alley or a bar or all that other crap. You'll lose your money. But it depends on the type of lifestyle you want. According to Northwestern Mutual Research, most Americans believe they need $1.5 million to retire. That's up 53% since 2020 and 15% since last year. O'Leary's logic is that you can make about 5% in fixed income with little risk, but if you only have $500,000, that amounts to $25,000 per year. If you are willing to ride the volatility, you can invest in equities providing up to 9% returns. or about $45,000 annually. If you aim for a secure retirement, the 4% rule is widely used. The rule suggests that retirees can withdraw 4% of their retirement savings annually for 30 years, adjusting the amount each year to keep up with inflation. Developed by financial advisor Bill Bengen, it's based on the historical data analyzing stocks, bonds, returns, aiming to ensure retirees don't run out of money. All right. So the first thing that I see here is that 500,000 amounts to 25,000 a year when looked at a 5% fixed income rate. Now, we all saw that with high inflation, you were able to get a interest rate in a savings account of maybe 5 or even 6%. But as inflation starts to cool off and come down, you're more likely going to see rates around 3 to 2% in a high interest savings account, or even in your Series I bonds and other type of investment vehicles. Now, these are the very, very low risk, backed by the government, backed by the FDIC, right? These are the low risk investments that you can make, but you're still going to be losing 1 to 2% per year while only taking out a $25,000 salary per year in retirement. Now, most people on average are going to average around $50,000 a year. That is the average salary for most Americans. And therefore, he's basically saying that you're cutting your salary in half by having a $500,000 nest egg. I don't think that that is a reasonable expectation, and I lean more towards the people who have suggested the 1.5 million based on what I've read so far. Let's continue. All right. Considering real-world spending, according to bureaus of labor and statistics, the average retiree over 65 spends roughly $52,141 annually. Rounding up for safety, you'll need at least 1.3 million saved to generate 53,000 per year using the 4% rule. That means if you had 500,000 saved, as Leary suggested, withdrawing 4% annually for 30 years would only provide a safe spending amount of 20,000 per year. No matter how much money you have saved for retirement, consulting with a financial advisor can be important in reaching your financial goals. A financial advisor can provide tailored advice that aligns with your circumstances, aspirations, and risk tolerance. Whether building an emergency fund, planning for retirement, investing in the stock market, or saving for a home, a financial advisor can help you navigate the complexities of financial planning, ensuring you're on the right path for achieving your personal version of financial success. All right, and I guess that was the Yahoo Finances disclaimer in there, or Kevin's disclaimer, whoever wanted to throw that financial advisor piece in there to basically limit liability for you following their financial advice. I think that this was clickbait on Kevin O'Leary's part. I honestly do, because we're seeing that you're going to need 1.3 to 1.5 million in retirement in order to do what the average person does, which is about $52,000 a year. So it stays true to my point that I was making. Nobody is going to be living off of $25,000 a year, especially for the next 30 years of their life, because inflation is going to continue to increase, which is going to devalue that money that much further. And without having at least $60,000 a year in retirement, you're going to see hurdles like you've never seen before. And this is not accounting for the rare occasions where you're going to have to do maintenance on a home, maintenance on your car, maintenance on a whole bunch of other things that may be a requirement in your life moving forward that we have not yet gotten into. As technology evolves, people who are my age now are going to have these electric vehicles, electric this, electric that, and newer items. And you know, new tends to break a lot quicker than old. And so there are going to be a lot more costs associated with just maintenance of a lot of these things. And these houses are only going to continue to get older and older and older. No matter how much you repair them or replace a specific piece of the home, understand that the older it gets, the more worn out it will become and the more expenses you will have in the future. Expect insurance rates to go up. Expect housing prices to go up. Expect inflation to continue and expect that you will need at least 1.5 million to retire as an American in America today. All right. Now, if you like this video, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Do you agree with Mr. Wonderful? Do you believe that all you need is $500,000 in order to survive in America today, liquid? Or do you need more? Now, what I did not mention is that you may have Social Security as well on top of your $500,000, and that can help to alleviate some of that burden. But is that going to give you that additional $25,000 that you need in order to retire peacefully? I don't think so. And when I say $25,000, that's $25,000 a year. I don't think so. So if that is the case and they're expecting retirement to be a 30-year window, of which from 65 to 95 you're retired, then you're going to need more than $500,000 in my opinion. Prove me wrong in the comment section down below. You know I post every single day at 8 a.m. daily on YouTube and on Rumble, and I can't wait to see you on the next one. Peace.